Hey, what's going on? Hey, get down, get down, get down, get down.
Would you have shot?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, me too. Tonight, guys, we're going to be talking about how the public is jumping to the wrong conclusions about police. You're going to want to stick around because I get pretty damn heated. All right. Camille, take it away, my brother.
Yeah, so along the same lines of another episode we did on traffic stops, a lot of this is spurred from our comments.
It is.
In our shows, and continue to comment. We love the interaction. We love that the show is taking off thanks to you guys. But there's a lot of misconceptions out there.
Yeah.
And I think it's our job. We have a law enforcement podcast. I think it's our job to explain some of these misconceptions and maybe advise people not to jump to conclusions. Let it play out, because there's so many things out there that are wrong, but they just show the
media shows 5 seconds of a video. You don't know what happened before, after, anything else, and then everybody jumps to conclusions. Oh my God, that's an illegal shooter. That's, they should be arrested and put in jail. Hey, sometimes, yes, that is the fact. Absolutely, they should be.
We have an episode that we put out just recently about the deputy who shot the airman at the door, and that, in our opinion,
fired him today.
Oh, they did?
They did fire him today.
I didn't hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, they just fired him.
That's one of those that we, even as retired law enforcement, we would think was a bad shoot. We
absolutely.
have no problem saying what our opinion if we think it's a bad shoot.
Yeah, and we watched the entire body cam video, not just 2 seconds of it. You'll see it on our short that we have. And we watched the entire thing, and we're going from 35 years and over 20 years of law enforcement experience, not some keyboard warrior that's sitting back going, oh yeah, that looks bad to me. And they have no idea.
And all they go by is these little 30-second clips in a lot of these, or just bad wording or bad publicity. So let's start this off with Michael Brown. It was a case that happened in Ferguson, Missouri.
Perfect example.
Everybody heard hands up, don't shoot.
Yep. And that's what started all that.
This was prior to body cameras.
Yep.
And this is probably one of the things that really spurred body cameras.
It was.
And there was a pushback by law enforcement. Oh, they're just out to get us. But retrospectively, looking back on it, I think cops are very happy about body cameras.
Oh yeah, and on the Michael Brown thing, they portrayed him as this loving big guy who everybody loved and everything else. Dude,
he committed a robbery just before this.
He beat the piss out of that freaking guy in that store.
Yeah, strong arm robbery. So if you don't know about it, this happened in 2014. He leaves a convenience store, does a strong arm robbery there, steals some smokes or something, minor, but it was still a crime.
It was.
The officer calls out with this guy. He's walking in the middle of the road.
If you take a 5-cent piece of gum by force or threat of force, it's strong arm robbery.
Yep.
Or armed robbery if you're armed.
At least it's robbery.
Right.
Yeah. Any theft by force. And my students better know that, because I just gave you a final exam on it and you better have gotten it right. So the officer pulls out with him, and what the public hears is that Michael Brown had put up his hands and the officer executed him.
Yeah.
And there was riots,
right,
and there was burning, and there was just this shitstorm.
Yep.
Well, after the grand jury did this huge investigation and talked to the actual witnesses who were there, I don't know, not so much.
Not so much.
Michael Brown attacked the officer, tried to take his gun.
Now, Michael Brown, you can look him up.
Big dude.
Dude, I'm a big guy. This guy was freaking huge. I mean, he was a monster of a man.
Yeah, in the scuffle where he's trying to disarm the officer, there's a shot that's fired. It goes through the officer's roof of his truck, or his patrol, I think it's a
SUV. I
Yeah,
think.
it is SUV.
Yeah.
And then they disengage, and then Michael Brown is about to attack the officer again,
Right.
according to the witnesses who were right there.
Yep.
And the officer shot him. So just be careful what you hear initially.
If you put your hands on an officer's gun, he is absolutely warranted to use deadly force.
Because why are you grabbing his gun if you're not out to kill? The very first thing that came out of this airman shooting was that the deputy was at the wrong place and that he didn't announce himself.
And that was not true.
And that he covered the peephole.
And that's not true.
Even if it is a bad shoot,
which we believe it was.
right. We still have to wait for the facts, because
Absolutely.
don't automatically believe, and don't let your biases against cops taint you. Sometimes bad things happen, unfortunately, but I would say the vast majority of the time when things like this happen, it's misinformation. That it's wrong information. Just wait. Just let it settle.
Put the shoe on the other foot. How about if you went into a store and 3 people in that store, because you didn't look right or whatever, call the police and say you just stole a generator or, whatever it was that you stole. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
That didn't happen. I freaking paid for it and I got a receipt. Oh, no. We have people that said you stole it. So therefore you stole it and you're going to prison.
Yeah.
Oh, it wouldn't be fair, would it? Well, then let's not try the police on the media or over a 3-second freaking video.
Part of a video.
Let's give them the opportunity that you would be allowed to have if you went to trial or if the investigation was done on you.
And don't automatically believe that that's all the video. 90% of the time on these people who want to do something bad about the cops are putting just a snippet out.
Of course.
That where
Hell, we can do that. I can cut a video, no problem.
Where 10 seconds before the guy punched the officer in the face, now you have the officer, going
knocked him down and was on top of him, beating the hell out of
look
him.
at this, out of the blue.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep.
Another case, and this was, oh my God, the Breonna Taylor case. They executed this woman while she was in bed. Well, not so much. Not so much. Unfortunately, it was a tragic incident where Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, there was law enforcement. Oh, and get this. Oh, they executed a no-knock warrant. No. Nope, it was a knock warrant.
It was.
When they came in, the boyfriend of Breonna Taylor shot at the law enforcement, hitting one of the officers, and when they returned fire, they unfortunately killed Breonna Taylor in the shooting. Now, ultimately, they found out that the warrant was invalid, but the simple fact is, everybody was saying, and I had arguments with my own children. I said, wait a second. Just let it play out. And they're like, no, they executed this woman. I'm like, okay, yeah. In the hall, and they had said, oh, they shot her in the bed and killed her. She was in the hallway. Her boyfriend shot at the cops from behind her.
Right.
And when they returned fire, she was killed.
Yeah.
So just
what are you
wait.
going to do, guys? Somebody's firing at you. You just going to run because there's an possible innocent bystander standing in front of somebody? No, you're going to fire until you can get to cover to try and save your own life. Sorry, Breonna. It sucks that you were killed. I feel for your family. It's a terrible tragedy that happened. Your boyfriend shouldn't have been firing at the damn police.
Yeah. Before we cover the last two that we're going to talk about, let's talk about our sponsor and our beer.
Yeah, tonight we are repeating because
we
this
are finishing
is so stinking good. Duke's Cold Nose Brown Ale, brewed and canned in Jacksonville, Florida. Woohoo! Florida beer. I've already finished mine, but this is awesome. I'm going to give it an 8.25.
Yeah, definitely an 8.5.
Yeah,
so.
this is really, really good beer. And he got it at one of the local...
I think I got an ABC. Yeah.
Yeah, ABC. So you can get it anywhere. It's really super good. I've seen it even at the meat market up north of us. Yeah.
What meat market are you patrolling there, LT?
Oh, it would be where I buy my steaks and my fish.
Oh, that kind
ass.
of meat market.
So anyway, all of our beer moments and all are brought to you by our sponsors. We cannot thank them enough. They are absolutely fantastic. Mainstreet Realty. So take a look at a word from our sponsor.
Contact Mainstreet Realty for all your real estate needs. This power team includes Tom Clem, a veteran Marine and retired law enforcement professional.
All right. Thank you, guys. We really appreciate it very much. You guys rock.
All right, you probably saw this video, and this was these last two we're going to talk about were post body cameras, so we have good evidence on those. And when
Breonna Taylor was too. 2020. That was that we had them by then.
but I don't think detectives were wearing them at that time.
Oh no.
Yeah, because I don't think I never saw a body camera on that. Did you?
I did not. No.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
So when you left your agency, were detectives wearing body cameras?
No, they were issued them.
Okay.
And if they went into a hairy situation or something like that, then they had to use
Executing
them.
a search warrant or something?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then they started, because if they're at the station, all the interviews were recorded anyway in the room, as you know. But if they did an interview on the street or out on the road, then they had to activate them and they had to do them.
Okay.
So yes, they were all issued. Every sworn police officer in our agency was issued a body cam and responsible to have it on during any interaction with suspects or anything.
Okay,
Yes.
interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. So, and I know you've seen, and I know all of you've seen this video. And when I first saw it, I'm like, that looks pretty sus. But then you got to look at the whole thing. So this guy, these two guys are in Wisconsin. They're stopped by Wisconsin cops, and one of them. Well, I'll tell you what the video is. From the person in the passenger seat, he videos this cop throwing a baggie. It looks like a baggie that dope would be in, throwing into the back seat of the car. And the guy's like, so look, this cop just planted dope in the car. I have him on film. The cop just, and that thing blew up. Just
On film?
Yeah.
On film.
Did I say film?
And who's talking about being old? Einstein over here. Film. Yeah.
On digital
video.
recording, on video.
On digital recording.
So
I finally got it. Yes. Yes, finally.
I'll let you edit this one. So this guy's filming on it. He's recording it on his phone.
There he goes again.
Recording it on his phone, and all you see is this officer throwing a small baggie in the back seat. And he's like, look, he planted this dope. Well, once they investigated everything and they had the officer's body cam, you see that the driver of the car, he's being patted down, and they find this baggie. It's an empty bag. It's a corner, and it's empty. And he walks up to the car and throws it in the back seat because he didn't want. He's like,
want a litter.
He's like, oh, I saw you dropping it. Yes, yeah, it's an empty bag, and I didn't want to hold on to it, so it's in the back seat. Yeah. And it clarifies everything. But if you only see the one,
of course,
oh my gosh, cops are planning dope.
Of course, they're planting drugs on this suspect.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you slow down the idiot's video, you can see there's not a damn thing in the baggie that was thrown in the car. Nothing.
Right.
And it was not confiscated as evidence or used as in court against them or anything else.
Yeah. No, his cop planning dope. And then before I get to the last one, hey guys, like and subscribe and comment down below if you want to sponsor the show with beer or bourbon or whatever you'd like, or give us an idea of what you want us to cover, a cold case or anything that you have on your mind. We do read the vast majority of our comments. We can't comment back on all of them.
Yeah, we're almost up to 10,000 subscribers now, and a couple of our videos, one of them has 2.5 or something million views. The other one has like 1.5 or 1.4. So, I mean, you have to give us a break. We're getting a hell of a lot of comments. It's a little tough to get back to all of them.
But if you say, hey, I want to send you guys a 6-pack of this beer from our local, we will respond. Or, hey, can you guys look into this case? What do you think about this?
We have a Zelle account. You can just send us, $10 to go buy a 6-pack, whatever.
We'll
I mean, we're not begging for money. We're just saying if that's something you feel like you want to do, then hey, our sponsors take care of us, and thank God for them, because I'm on a fixed income, so I can't afford to buy all this beer all the time. But anyway,
Social Security, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right here.
So this last case
2021.
Yeah.
2021.
So this last case is the one that we showed at the very beginning of this episode. And it shows a police officer, and all over the news it was officer shoots 16-year-old girl.
Yeah.
police officer
Yeah.
shoots and kills 16-year-old girl, and you're like, what?
Now listen, there's this thing called clickbait, and most
exactly.
YouTubers use it.
Including us.
If you don't think that the national media uses clickbait
Invented it.
to get people to go to their website and look at their videos and watch their channel, and you're out of your mind, because they abso-freaking-lutely do, and that's what it is. It's clickbait.
Yeah. So what happened? What happened was, officer responds to a disturbance outside of a house, and as soon as he responds, there's just bedlam, mayhem, if you will. Kids running around and just screaming, and then he spots this one girl who had stabbed another girl and was about to stab a second girl. And he shoots her.
Yeah.
Uses force to stop deadly force.
Right.
And
Save
everybody's
that
like,
person's life.
yeah, saved that girl's life. But all over the news, it was police officer murders 16-year-old girl.
Yeah.
You know, instead of saves
Yeah.
young girl.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we know that there's a lot of you out there who are still going to always jump to conclusions and hate cops, and that's fine. You do
You had a bad experience. You know what? I've had a bad experience with dentists. I've had a bad experience with doctors, Walmart clerks, every freaking thing else, lawyers, especially lawyers. I've had bad experiences with all them. I don't hate them. I don't care for the person that gave me the bad experience,
Yep.
but I don't lump all of them into one big basket and say they all suck, they're all terrible. By the way,
Maybe look into your own self why you think that way.
do you know what the #1 killer of people is?
Flu.
Medical mistakes.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Medical
Yep.
mistakes.
Yeah.
But I don't see anybody raising pitchforks and screaming and,
Right.
and raising hell about doctors.
But you know, we did, and a lot of the comments say, "Well, that's the profession you chose," and I would do it again. I loved it.
Yeah, it is a profession we chose.
But we're trying to give you a perspective from our side, and which is our
Absolutely.
show, Surviving the Badge.
We're not saying we're 100% correct, but by God, from all the experience we have, 35 years, over 20 years experience, I got a lot of it, and I've seen both sides, and I've
got a lot-
worked with bad cops.
We got a lot of insight. Yep.
Hey, we were responsible for having, not us personally, but our agency was responsible for having an officer arrested for grand theft and burglary because he was a bad apple and he was doing bad shit.
Yeah.
You know, we're not saying every single cop out there is absolutely perfect and we should all be put up on a pedestal. We're not saying that
Not
at
at all.
all. We're
Imperfect like everybody else. But it's not.
It's like I told the one guy on the comment, you know, and he said, "Oh, cops are bad." And I said, "Cops are human.
Right.
Humans make mistakes.
Yep.
They make mistakes. It's like the shooting of the young man.
The airman.
Huh?
The airman.
Yeah, the airman. That was a mistake.
Yep.
There's no way that cop went up and knocked on that door and said, "I'm going to kill me somebody today."
Yep.
No, he made a mistake. He overreacted and pulled his weapon and fired way too soon without giving a warning to drop the gun. He's a human.
Yep.
Should he be punished for his mistake? Absolutely, he
Yep.
should be
Absolutely.
punished just like anybody else. But don't lump us all into one basket because of one or two or 10. You know how many cops there are in the United States?
Biggest gang in the world.
Thousands upon hundreds
And you know what?
of thousands.
I love our gang flag.
Yeah, me too. Somebody called this a gang flag and said it's un-American. Well, screw you and you're un-American, okay? I said it. I don't really care. You know, unsubscribe. I don't really care. That's not un-American. That is an American flag with a thin blue line, and I am proud to represent that flag, and so is he.
Absolutely.
And if you don't like that, please click that unsubscribe and go away because I don't really care.
For those of you,
If you disagree with our viewpoints, please stay, make a comment. We will talk about it.
We love a good debate.
But don't call that flag un-American and that's a gang flag. Okay, that really pisses me off.
all
I'm
right.
sorry.
For those of you who want to stick around and stay subscribed, we thank you. Make
do
sure
thank you.
if you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, all that good
Because
stuff.
we have videos like this all the time where me go off and Camille has to get me under control. But hey, that's the passion in me. It's always been that way. And I'm not going to change.
Absolutely.
Not
I don't
gonna
want you, I don't want you to change, LT. All right, guys. That's all we have for the day. And always remember, at Surviving the Badge,
We still got your 6. Be safe out there. Salute.